Hey guys, this is Tanner Smith. This is my personal intro video for EDL 850 School Law. A little bit about me. I grew up in western Kansas, in Goodland, Kansas. When I was going to school there, it was a 4A school. I was pretty active in my school, and I love that I'm from a small town. Um, College, I went to Bethany College out of high school to I wanted to continue to play sports. I was on the basketball and baseball team there. I was there for a year, and then I transferred to KU to finish my schooling. I am currently a PE teacher, health teacher, and weights coach in Chase County at USD 284 in Cottonwood Falls, Kansas. I teach 7 through 12. Um, my family, as you can see in the picture there, I have a wife, Kendall. We have two sons. Riker is going to be 5 tomorrow, and Declan is 2 years old. They keep us on our toes. They are a wild bunch of kids, but we love them, and it's a great life. My wife also teaches, or is not a teacher, but is employed by USD 284. She's the district K through 12 social worker, and this is our fourth year, my fourth year and her third year in Chase County. Career-wise, I mentioned a little bit about Chase County. We actually took our first jobs as educators in Syracuse, Kansas. I was a computers teacher and a PE teacher out there for 3 years, and she was an English teacher there for 3 years. And then we decided we wanted to come back east. She is from Lawrence, so wanted to be a little bit closer to family out here, and that's what led us to Chase County. A reflection on our school administration when it comes to them demonstrating knowledge on school safety and the learning environment. We do have school or district policies and procedures. However, that is not well publicated. To be honest, I've had previous graduate classes where I've had to find some of our district policies and procedures, and the only way I am able to do that is going to my principal and getting a binder full of pages out of his cabinet. That is the only place that I have ever seen a USD 284 policies and procedures handbook that just lists what our rules are as a district and what our policies are and procedures. So that does present some issues as far as communicating, some of our rules regarding safety in the learning environment. We do have a student handbook, which does give some safety procedures in there and policies. However, that's more geared towards student behavior and what is expected of them in the school district. We also do have an employee handbook. However, that is also pretty poorly publicated. It's just as hard to find as the policies and procedures when I was a new teacher there. I was not handed anything. I did not even go through a new teacher orientation to the district. It was pretty poor in that regard. We do have a beginning of school year in services that does walk us through and train the teaching staff and all staff on particular issues, legality issues, and procedures with the district and some state laws. That way, staff is up to date on, for example, contact with students or um, handling an aggressive situation with students, what is allowed, what is not allowed. Some of the weaknesses I would like to point out, is definitely the new teacher orientation. I had no clue what some of our school policies and procedures were when I first got there. Thank God we have some fantastic staff members that really helped mentor me and got me on board with what was expected and what some of the policies and procedures were. But there's no new teacher orientation, which I really think would be beneficial to a lot of incoming teachers in our district. Um, our administration, my administration, the elementary administration is actually pretty good. My administration at the high school, junior high level, we have pretty poor communication from the top down. And they're also indecisive when decisions need to be made, and inconsistent when decisions need to be made or are made. So that's some of the things that I've noticed in my 4 years in Chase County. Um, we do have a lack of communication, and the majority of the time that is from the top down. I could count numerous times where I was finding out the day of maybe a sporting event was changed, and I was the head coach of that. I would hear about it from students or from other staff members before I was hearing it from my administrator. And then they can also be indecisive when decisions need to be made, and inconsistent depending on what student is being dealt with. A personal critique of myself: I would say I have a fundamental knowledge. Obviously the in-service trainings help keeping the staff up to date. Um, Trained in undergraduate to maintain a safe learning environment, noticing potential hazards as a PE teacher in the gym. I need to notice that. And then, going further into it, behavior is a huge thing. Emotional state of kids these days is a huge thing, and being trained on that. So I do love that in Chase County we're a small school, so that when we do have some of these kids on our radar that may be dealing with some certain circumstances at home, that we can watch out for those kids and be able to manage them a little bit better and more safely for them and for other students in the school. And then we do have school safety plans that we practice, such as the tornado drills, fire drills, and we are now beginning to be trained on ALICE training, which is active shooters or intruders. And then through graduate school, this has definitely helped me gain some knowledge in regards to legalities in the school. I can remember taking a class on special education, which really helped me understand some of the legalities dealing with special needs students, gifted students, things of that nature. And just gaining knowledge each year as an educator. The more years I'm in this profession, the more knowledge I gain, not just with my district's policies and procedures, but with things that are changing in the state, and just being involved in the profession. I'm learning things each and every year, each semester at times. My plan of action to continue to improve with my knowledge on the legalities of safety in the school learning environment would be to become more familiar with my board policies and procedures, and try to push to get that more publicated and handed out to teachers in a booklet, or put online. I also need to stay up to date with my state policies, and what is going through legislation there, and also staying up to date with our Kansas State School Board. Next, as an aspiring administrator, I should probably subscribe to an administrator magazine that provides a lot of information with legal issues, what other districts and states are dealing with today, and so I can learn from that. And then definitely networking and communicating with colleagues is a way to stay up to date and improve my knowledge. And then I can reflect on my previous graduate classes, and I look forward to learning more in this class and having that help me improve my fundamental knowledge. And then research. I think that is one of my biggest strengths. Is if there's something I don't know, I do a pretty good job of researching that topic, so that I can gain knowledge and be a contributor when passing that knowledge on to others and dealing with certain situations. So there's my presentation. I look forward to learning more in this class and working with you guys this year. Thank you.